Well, hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, I was excited to get the 12-inch Humminbird Solix mounted on the front of the boat, but unfortunately I went fishing last Wednesday and the big motor wouldn't start. So come to find out I got a bad starting battery. So in this video I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to test your battery to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. So imagine, to my surprise, I get to the boat ramp on the first 70-degree day of 2024. Brand new graph on the front of my boat. And the dang motor won't start. That's enough to tick a guy off, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to test batteries. I discovered mine was bad. So I already got the battery out of the back of the boat, and they had installed in this boat. This is the battery that came with the boat when I bought it. It's a 24 series, 24 group size. It's referring to the battery's dimensions. It's 1,000 marine cranking amps. Now, I'm not sure about the co-cranking amps on this particular battery because they don't list it, but it's an EverStart, which, you know, they usually get the name Never Start, but that's another subject. But I found a great device to test batteries, and that was the main reason why I wanted to do this video, because this is just a really cool device. It tests lead acid batteries, standard, gel, marine, spiral, AGM, and deep cycle. And it comes with its own pouch. And that's what we're going to use to test this battery. So let me get this set up, and then I'll get the camera set up here, and then we'll test this battery real quick. Okay guys, before we get started, I want to mention a couple things. Number one, this battery, it's a September of 2017 battery, so it's really, really old. And also I wanted to mention that the Mercury 225 Optimax, I have a 2007 model, it requires 800 co-cranking amps and 1,000 marine co-cranking amps. That's the minimum requirements for my motor. So when I go to select a battery, I'm going to select a battery that fulfills those requirements. So I wanted to mention that first before we got started. So next, let's go ahead and plug this gadget in. Now, this is made by Viking. It doesn't use any batteries because you're hooking it up to a battery. Doesn't make sense to provide power to it when you're hooking it up to power, right? So it comes with these connectors, which I think is just great. So we're going to go ahead and get these connected, and we'll get started with this test. All right, let me get this on here real quick. Okay, I'll put this in the screen so you can see it. And hopefully there's not a glare too bad. So the main menu will come up. And so it's on selection number 1, battery system test. Press enter. Then you're going to do a battery test. Number 1, enter. Yes, it's a standard flooded battery. Enter. Yes, it's co-cranking amp battery. Now it's going to ask you what the capacity, and so this is a Marine 1000. So you're going to have to go all the way up to 1000, which I think they should have put more increments there, because it takes forever to get up to 1000 here. But hang tight with me, I'll get there. Okay, so we press enter. It's not a vehicle battery, so no. Enter. That's going to test the battery. Alright, it says that it's bad and it needs replaced. My battery, the old battery, says the state of the health is 21%. The state of the charge is 72%. And it's only showing 486 co-cranking amps. Now the voltage shows fine at 12.430. But remember, this motor requires 800 co-cranking amps to fire, and it's only putting out 486. So this is a quick and easy way to test your battery, and I just think it's awesome. I think you should leave one of these in your truck, in your boat, wherever, and it's just a great gadget. So you can get that at Harbor Freight. I'll provide the link in the description. Alright guys, so there you have it. That's how you test your battery. I've got an idea on what battery I'm going to replace this one with, but I'm not going to be able to get one till tomorrow. So but anyway, I did want to make one addendum to what I just talked about in that last clip. The 1000 cranking amps I'm referring to is the Marine cranking amps. I think I said Marine cold cranking amps, which is not correct. It's Marine cranking amps. And then the other requirement is 800 cold cranking amps. So those are two different measurements. The Marine cranking amps versus the cold cranking amps. The Marine cranking amp is just a general all-encompassing measurement. The cold cranking amps is referring to the ambient outside temperature and how it affects your battery. So anyway, that's it, and I guess we'll pick this up tomorrow. After I get the new battery, I will hook the tester up to it, and then I'll show you what a brand new battery should look like on a test. So that's what we're going to do next. Oh my goodness gracious, this is heavy. Body, don't fail me now. Oh, good Lord, that's heavy.
Hey, you think that guy needs some help or what?
Alright guys, here's the battery I went with. It's an X2. It's a dual purpose deep cycle. It's got 1370 Marine cranking amps and 1150 cold cranking amps. So we're well above the minimum requirements for the Mercury 225 Optimax. I was gonna get, by the way, this is a 31 group size battery, so I went up from a 24 group size to a 31. And the reason for that is I was gonna buy the 27 because it had enough cranking amps to use for this motor. But when I went in there, they only had one left and it was damaged. So I told them to just keep that one, give me the 31. So that's the battery I went with, and I got it at Batteries Plus. So we're gonna get this thing put in this boat, and then I'm gonna fire up the engine, make sure everything's working. All right, I've got the battery installed in the boat, and right now we're gonna do the test to see what a new battery will look like on the tester. So here's the tester. I tried to do it this time to where it wouldn't be so much glare. First thing comes up is main menu, battery system test. So we're going to press enter. And then it's asking battery test, yes. Enter. Now this is an AGM battery, and I'll have to look up whether it's a flat plate or a spiral, but I do know it's an AGM battery. So let's see what all our choices are. I may just test them on both and see what happens. So let's start with the flat plate, and it is a co-cranking amp. Enter. Again, go all the way up to 1,000. Actually, it's 1370 is the marine cranking amp, so we're going to have to go all the way up to 1370. So this might take a little bit of time here, but we're going to get there. See, this is one thing about this analyzer I wish they would have improved, because it wouldn't take so long to do this. They should have put wider increments. So anyway, we're getting there. Okay, we're at 1370. Now let's do that. So enter. Is the vehicle battery? No. So it's testing. It says it's good, pass, state of health 100%. State of charge 100%. Measured co-cranking amps 1,511 co-cranking amps. Battery voltage 12.74. So this is a good battery. Okay, let's go back and look at that other AGM setting, because this is an AGM battery. It's an all-purpose battery, and the reason I bought that was because I'm also going to be running pumps and lights on this battery. So it's not just a straight up starting battery for the engine. So let's look at this other option. Enter, battery test, yes, enter. Okay, so let's see. Because I don't even know what the difference is on those AGMs. So let's just test it both ways. It's not going to hurt anything. It's just a test. So, again, you got to sit here and get this thing all the way up there to 1370, which takes a trip to the moon to do, which, come on now. My finger's getting tired. All right, here we go. Enter. No. Okay, let's see what this test shows. Yeah, it's pretty much showing the same exact thing. So we're good to go. I guess let's fire up this motor now and see how she runs. All right, guys, we're ready to fire up this engine now that I got the battery in there. And Jeff went ahead and hooked up his multimeter so that we could check and verify that the alternator is charging. So I'm going to set you guys back up on the stand, and we're going to start this motor.
All right, give her the beans. Contact. That's what you got to say.
Here comes the thunder. and she's peeing. It's only showing 12.
No, it's charging. It was
yeah,
12.7.
Yeah, it's gone up.
See, now it's going up.
13, 17, 13, 20. Keeps going up. It's stabilizing at 13.4, 13.5, 13.
Checking to see that it's charging. So you can see it's at 13.7. You know, charging the battery. The battery was brand new, but it wasn't charged all the way. So now we're at 14.
Yeah, it's level.
Back down. It's regulating.
Yeah, it's regulating.
So it's doing good. It's a little hot. Maybe it needs it. So keep an eye on that. Let it sit there. Hopefully it doesn't go way higher than that. Just keep an eye on it.
Yeah,
it's regulating it.
Yeah, it's stabilizing now.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
The short answer is she's charging fine.
Say that again?
I said the short of it is she's charging fine.
Yeah.
It's stabilized out at 14.3 volts. Jeff, look.
Yeah.
It's stabilized.
Right.
14.37. All right. All right, guys, that's a wrap. Well, we got her done. I hope this has been informative for you. Hope it's been helpful. If you've liked this content, please like and subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. It helps out the channel. So I guess until the next project or the next fishing adventure, go do something.